Hello, members of the vinyl community. Tony P. coming at you from the basement de la Casa de Perla, La Hacienda. Home, as I would like to call it. I hope everyone is doing well. Before I go on with this, I'd like to thank all those new subscribers out there and people who hung around with me for this journey since 2020, I think. Since when COVID hit and everybody was staying home, I decided to do this with the prodding of a lot of people. Rachel's Ghost, who helped me along here, and Josh. I don't want my camera to fall down. Hold on. Okay. From the Flip Side Vinyl with Josh, who said, yeah, you should do this. But anyway, I digress. Hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, this is a video for the gentleman at Beer and Vinyl, who has a tremendous channel. And he's only been around for like 15 minutes, and he's got like 7,892 subscribers. Well, he's trying to. He has 500 he'd like to get to. And his channel is tremendous, and it's exploding. You have to sub that man. Great channel, great content. Does some live streams. Every once in a while, I try to get the courage to go up on those live streams, but like the Queen says, I have a face for radio. So, you know, I stay away from those. But go to his channel and please sub. I'll put a link below, of course, like everyone does. His contest, he wants you to show 5 albums that remind you of someone you love. Now, it doesn't have to be, it could be cassettes, it could be CDs, it could be wax cylinders, daguerreotypes. Anyway, you get the gist of it. And do a video, put a link on his channel, and you're in the contest to win something. I think it's an album, except for people who are international, and he has a gift card, I believe. Something of that nature. I just like doing these things and participating and supporting people's channels. So check his channel up. Again, like I said, I'll put a link down below. You can see the video for his contest. Okay, the first one I have to show you is this album, The Best of the Bee Gees. And this reminds me of the Queen. When we were dating, I was a very poor kid growing up. I didn't have any money. And couldn't go to too many places, didn't have too many dates. The car I had was a 1960 Plymouth Valiant. The windshield wipers didn't work. It leaked when it rained. And the only good thing about that car was it had a really good heater. A really good heater. Thank God the gas was 19 cents or 20 cents when we were dating, something like that. But so we used to stay at her house a lot. And of course, her family had this huge Magnavox stereo. Beautiful. The sound was fantastic. And we used to sit around, play cards, eat sandwiches, drink Coke from a bottle. Yeah, Coke from a bottle. And we would listen to this. And of course, this is a really good album. Of course, it's a compilation. Holiday, I've Got to Get a Message to You was my favorite, and hers too. I Can't See Nobody. You just know all the 1st of May, World, Massachusetts, To Love Somebody. But we used to sit around and play pinochle. We used to play two-handed pinochle with a ghost hand. Any of you know play pinochle know what I mean by having a ghost hand, okay? Who didn't follow the rules. The ghost hand never followed the rules. So you had to always be careful. But that's what we did. We sat around. We did that for quite a while until I got a somewhat decent job. I was still going to college at that time. A decent job where I could afford a little bit of stuff to do. But this was one of many Well, we used to have, I could have pulled out Harvest, we listened to a lot. Bread, Mana, we listened to that a lot. The Temptations, all of them. Who else? The Association, well, a whole bunch of them. But this is the one we listen to the most. So that reminds me of the Queen. Let's see what else. My dad. You have to have a little bit of history of my parents. They came over to this country after World War II. My mother came in 1949. My father came a year later. My mother came with my two oldest brothers. My father came a year later with my other brother and my sister. My mother had to come here first to earn some money. She took in laundry. She was a seamstress. And she saved money to bring my father and my other brother over. And I was born in 52, made in America. I was born in 52 because they didn't have a television set. But my father was a tremendous singer, could sing, loved to sing. My mother always started saying, there was nobody who could beat my father at dancing the tango. So my dad was this tall, skinny guy dancing the tango. He also fought in World War II on the wrong side. Oh, I could tell you a good story about him. He was a prisoner of war for the Germans when the Italians surrendered in 1943. Escaped. Made it all the way back to Italy from North Africa. But he loved opera and he loved Italian, all the Italian songs. And of course, this album is called Three Coins in the Fountain. And it's just an album of Italian songs. And you know, they're all the usuals. Oh Marie, Mamma, quanto ti voglio bene, Mamma, sarai per te mia canzone vola, tanto quanto ti voglio bene, queste parole. Okay. Torno di Sorrento, Mattinara, O Solo Mio, Santa Lucia, Vieni sul mar. So, you know, all the greats. And every time I pop this on, I think of my dad. Great guy, great guy. He was firm but fair, firm but fair. So I think of that, my dad, when I hear Italian songs. We'll just save that one for last. We'll see that one. A good friend, Donnie Sagan, turned me on to this album. Back in the day, this is the Queen's copy of Neil Young. Crazy Horse, everybody knows this is Nowhere. The first one, I believe. And you know, Cinnamon Girl, everybody knows this is Nowhere. Round and Round, or It Won't Be Long, Down by the River. The Losing End, that's a good song. Running Dry, Cowgirl in the Sand. Donnie Sagan, my buddy, was a friend when I didn't have very many, who treated me like a friend, while others didn't. And I'll always be indebted to him. He has since passed away. Died at a very young age, 28 years old. Good guy. But he could sing like Neil Young. And he wanted me to harmonize it. And I was a terrible harmonizer. I couldn't do it. He tried. But, of course, Neil Young. Donnie Sagan, my good buddy. Thank you, Donnie. Another good buddy, I had Johnny Velasco, another good buddy. When he came out of the military, he went to college on a GI Bill. He and I went to college together. And he married his future wife there at college. We went to a lot of concerts together. He drove an old International Scout. And we had about 5 or 6 kids in this. International Scouts are very small, Jeep-looking vehicles. Almost like the new modern version of the Bronco, but even a little bit smaller than that. And we went to the World Series of rock and roll at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. I forgot who was there. Styx and Dave Mason was there. I think even Van Morrison was there. I can't remember. But it was an all-day affair. We took a big chest full of food, beer. I didn't drink any. Beer. And the whole day you're outside. And it was all day long. It's great. Rained a little bit. It was great. But one time we took his international scout to a dam, and there was a part in this old dam that you could go down in and go level with the water. And we, of course, we were imbibing a little bit, him and the Queen and his wife, and we got his international scout stuck for a little bit down there. We were terrified. It was midnight, and Jesus, oh man, it was a lot of fun though. We got out, as you can readily see. But Fleetwood Mac was his favorite album. This Fleetwood Mac was his favorite album, and he also had the Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, their first album, and he still has it to this day, as a matter of fact. But he loved the new version of Fleetwood Mac, and he, of course, turned me on to this. But Johnny was a good friend, still is. He's still around. His wife is still around, and having a lot of fun together. Haven't seen him for a while. I should talk to him. Last album. This reminds me of a time period. This, of course, is Linda Ronstadt, Prisoner in Disguise. I was doing my student teaching in 1975. I think this album came out in 75. Yeah, 75. And it was I had an 8-track in my 73 Grand Am back in that day. You know, first neat car I owned in 75. That I made payments on. I was so scared because I was working full time. I was going to school full time, working full time. I used to leave school at 3 o'clock, went to work 4 to 8 every night. Then I worked Saturdays and Sundays so that I could maintain everything. But hey, I had to do it. I had to do it. But this reminded me of that time period. I had a great cooperating teacher, had a great school, had a lot of fun, great kids in 1975. I got married that next year at 76 to the Queen. So, but I love this album. Come on. The best one that you may remember is that she did I Will Always Love You before Whitney Houston did, and after Dolly Parton did it. But she had a lot of great songs on here. Prisoner in Disguise was a good one. The Sweetest Gift, I think she sings that with Emmylou Harris. I don't know if Dolly Parton's on it or not. No, just Emmylou Harris. Love is a Rose, I think Neil Young played on that with her too. That was a Neil Young song. No, Andrew Gold did. Andrew Gold was on it. Anyhow, I digress. But every time I play this, I think that's that 73 Grand Am, burgundy color, and driving home from student teaching. Hey, I hope this satisfies you. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Hey, may all your records be flat. May your stylus run true. Whoop-de-doo for your Subaru. And I'll see you. God bless you. Bye-bye.